Hello and welcome to Control System Lectures. You are here because you are interested in learning about the awesome world of control system theory. Or perhaps you just clicked here accidentally. Either way, welcome and I hope you find it useful. This is an educational series with the goal of explaining topics that can be difficult to grasp in a way that might be a bit more relative, of course. No one teaching tool can perfectly transfer information to every person in the exact same way because people have different learning style. My lecture videos provides one method, which is the way that I like to learn it, combining uh, combines giving an intuitive explanation of the subject. With the least amount of mathematics, I can get away with some drawings into it to reduce the monotony of tons of equations. However, my ultimate goal is just to foster your interest in the subject, that you are motivated to read more on control theory, watch more videos on it, and then at the end learn away more than I could ever come in a course like this. This is basically the introduction to my channel, which is also an attempt at getting you excited about committing a significant portion of the day to watching my videos and really learn the concepts of control engineering. I think you will find that gaining an intuitive understanding of how systems work rather than just a mathematical understanding will make leaving the topic much more enjoyable and rewarding. Now, the question is, why learn control system at all? I have already mentioned that the awesome world of control system theory. So I have exposed my biasness towards the topic, but I think the reason to learn it is that control theory is the glue that stitches together all other engineering fields, and by understanding the fundamentals of the control, it opens up the door for you to understand and solve many different engineering problems. And not just as a control engineer, but as any engineer. For example, if you are an electrical engineer, you will need to be able to design switching power regulators, which are in mostly every electrical devices and rely on feedback. And they can be unstable if designed incorrectly. If you are a communication engineer, you might be building an automatic gain control circuit that automatically increase the gain of weak signal and decrease it in strong signals. If you are a mechanical engineer, you might be concerned with the vibration in your structure, and you may have to design an isolated system in a motor mount for a system that is sensitive to the vibration. If you are a civil engineer, you might be building an active or passive damping system for tall buildings and earthquake zones. If you are an industrial engineer, you could be expected to design robotic assembly lines or tuning some PID controller gain that are commonly used in the industrial robotic applications. And if you are an aerospace engineer, you might be asked to solve a problem with aircraft flutters. A flutter is a phenomena that occurs when there is an interaction between stiffness of the structure and its aerodynamics. These are just a few ways that control theory can span across multiple engineering disciplines, but it will give you a different perspective on relatively normal activities as well. Now, at this stage, at this point, you realize that control system theory is so much more than tuning a PID controller or getting an inverted pendulum to stand upright. It is basically building a model of your system and then simulate it to make predictions and understanding the dynamics and how they interact with the rest of the system. It filter out noises and rejecting outside disturbances. It's designing or selecting proper sensors and actuators. It's basically the testing your system to ensure it will perform as expected in an unexpected environment, and ultimately It's being able to understand your whole system at the most basic level. Everything I just mentioned is accessible to you right now at the same level. You don't need a strong mathematical background to understand that all stuff discussed in this lecture. Thanks for watching and for your interest. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you don't miss any further videos. Thank you very much.